Hello everyone, welcome to Patsuan TV. In today's speedrun video, I'm gonna build you a satellite. It's gonna be a CubeSat. I'm gonna tell you what is a CubeSat while we're watching the speedrun, because we have a lot of things to talk about. So for those who don't know, I'm pursuing my PhD in Japan in space engineering. I'm aeronautical and astronautical engineering, meaning that I learned how to build aircraft and spacecraft. And I did my master's degree in the space engineering in Japan as well, and I'm just continuing that education in the PhD, and this is my last year. I hope to graduate within the next year. And while doing that, since Sims is my hobby, I'm doing this stuff. So if you came to this video searching for CubeSat and see that weird thumbnail with why the people are doing this kind of things in the Sims, maybe this is not the video that you were hoping for. But I actually built a satellite with those hands, and I came to Japan for this reason, actually, to build the satellites with my own hands, because I've been attending some international competitions about the satellite design, and in Turkey it was more or less mostly about the design, like not manufacturing the satellite itself. Like there were some opportunities in my university, thankfully, but I didn't have time to involve because I was doing two majors at the same time. I was like so busy at that time, and I was also working in another laboratory. That's why it didn't give me some spare time to experience this before. And I'm glad that I experienced this in Japan, because it kind of led me to this environment that we have, like very multicultural, interesting environment that I know people from almost everywhere in the world right now, and it kind of fascinates me to think about, and I'm really valuing these years. And I hope those friends won't see this video by the way. So they're thinking that, oh, he did all the structure, like he is all about space and he is working on the satellite technologies all the time, but maybe seeing this would change their minds. I'm not sure. So this is my hobby, don't judge me please. And this side of the building, as you can see, one side is like has black windows and one side is kind of different, weird. You might think like, what the F is he doing? Like I was trying to give the shape of the antenna part. The CubeSat is like 10 centimeter to 10 centimeter long satellite, and it is standardized by thinking of a bunch of electronic ports, like it was in the computers before. Like in the first computer, since like we were opening too much when I was a child. I don't know if you ever tried that, or if you ever heard, but it's basically the same logic. You cover the boards and you send them to space. So of course it's not that easy. It's never that easy. But yeah, this is all we have, that 10 centimeter cubic volume, and basically it has some 4 aluminum like metallic rails, and you put this tube inside the dedicated pod, which is also standardized, and that pod pushes the satellite to space with a spring. And all the design is done so that the satellite can go through those rails. And within the satellite, usually the PCBs, the circuit boards, are ordered in the like a parallel shape, so that they don't move around too much, because in the space in a spacecraft, the most problematic part when you're designing the spacecraft is that you cannot repair so easily. Like there's barely an example of repairment. Like only in the International Space Station you're seeing maybe in the movies that Sandra Bullock goes out and fixes some part of the International Space Station. But in this level of satellites, usually you will never see your satellite again, and a couple of years later it will just burn in the atmosphere and you're like bye bye and crying a little. But till that moment you want your satellite to operate properly. That's why you need to ensure all kinds of safety and security mechanisms in this box. That's why like 14 of us were dedicated to build this thing. And I want to apologize here because because if you came here thinking that I will be talking about The Sims, maybe you got me wrong. No, I'm gonna talk about The Sims. Okay, in this build I was putting the PCBs, the printed circuit boards shaped buildings inside those long thin buildings. And when I was putting that, I realized that I never tried the thin build challenge actually. So can we take this as a thin build challenge? Maybe it's one of those as well. And I also discovered that if you put the ladder to the first floor, it can go up to the like a top floor. It can be very, very long. It will be really fun to watch your sim trying to go to the rooftop. It would take forever, but probably this is like a this house would cause like a really ridiculous scenes, like one after another. I'm really excited to see that kind of stories, that someone hopefully would make videos about this, and like preferably an alien. It would be fun to watch, or a sim with the astronaut carrier. Yeah. And yeah, like there are some components. By components I mean some metal screws, camera, some little solar cell. So in order to represent that, I tried to put some little items, objects, or windows and doors, and that kind of stuff. And when it came to the interior design, I realized that I was like, oh boy, there is nothing to do, like nothing to put. Like for one section I was using the 4 floors, and at the like in the one that you're seeing right now, I used all those 4 floors just to put one shower because it was impossible to fit everything in. The only possible thing that I can think right now, maybe the ladders can be pushed right in the middle of that thin white thing, and you can put doors to the 2 different sides. Then you can have 2 things, 2 objects instead of 1 that will still be useful. Maybe I should have done that, but I didn't. And I had to use those platforms in the middle of the columns as well. That would make your life even harder. Sorry about that. Sorry, not sorry. And I did that because there are some connectors there, like the electronic boards are connected there. So I wanted to give that the realistic vibe, and I really enjoyed while doing this video. I hope you guys would enjoy if you try to download and play it inside. And I wanted to put the bedroom at the first floor, so that like usually when your sim gets home after the long day, after the job, they get like really tense and tired. They want to take shower first, they want to sleep first. So I wanted to pay attention that the shower and the bedroom is at the entrance. And sadly, this whole house can belong to only one person, which is Elon Musk. No. No. Yeah, but it might be that because this build became like really expensive, and it only belongs to one person. I didn't start to build this thinking of these aspects actually. That's why I kind of like the to build things on Sims, I guess, because I discover different aspects of build each time that I challenge myself to make something weird, unique. But this is probably in the category of weird. So I think the place that I like the most in the whole build is the kitchen, because I love those kitchen counters. Probably in another video of mine you'll see them a lot, and I hope in the future with an update, the Sims team will add the top counters for that style, because we don't have that right now, and I don't want to put the shelves out as well, because I really don't like the vibe that you put your glasses to the open shelves. It looks kind of cool in the cozy restaurants or kind of dark themed restaurants, but not at house. Like I don't want to think on like who is gonna take the dust of this, like, because I'm the one who is taking the dust at home. Like my housemate, can you take the dust sometimes? Okay, so let's go back to the build again. At this part, I'm building the platform area. This at the outside, I wanted to create this city-like shape instead of just putting some landscape. I wanted to give some proper space for the landscaping. Like there had to be proper trees and proper sitting areas, and then I started to put some little shops from the Snowy Escape. I didn't know Snowy Escape came with lots of different shops, so I put those, and I also put some nice lighting as well to the outside. And there are some bangs here and there. The trash bin went to that corner, and those corners, by the way, with the stairs, I put them intentionally, because you cannot just put the satellite on its own rails, the aluminum rails, because it has a solar cell right under it, and the solar cells are kind of fragile, or you wouldn't want to risk those cells. That's why they have like this metallic structure, leg structure, that you can fit your satellite on top of it, and those legs represent that actually. So this is more or less the end of the speedrun, I guess, and then I'm gonna close the video here. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, and I'm wondering your comments as well. Please write your comments, and if you want to see more of these contents, don't forget to subscribe my channel. I'm gonna close it here, guys. Bye.